Dr. Taaka, is it Taaka Cash?
It is. Good morning. How are you? From Dallas, Texas.
Psychiatric mental health professional who sounds wonderfully happy. Wonderful to hear your voice. Okay.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Childhood bullying can lead to chronic disease. What is this about?
Yes, what we're starting to see is that there's a higher incidence and correlation between chronic diseases and mental health issues when kids are bullying when they're younger.
You believe it?
Yeah, I do, because guess what? When patients are coming to my clinic as a mental health professional, I'm actually getting their labs, and I'm seeing via their blood work that they have increased cortisol levels, they have increased cholesterol, they have increased prolactin levels, their thyroids are out of whack from the fight or flight response, and prolonged use of stress over time.
What's the difference between bullying and assault?
Well, bullying is more like the repetitive action of taunting someone over time. Assault is differentiated by state. So in the state of Texas, assault could be words. Assault could be you touching someone. Battery could, fall into that as well.
Yeah.
So we have to be very cognizant of that and understand the laws within your state as it relates to bullying, and also as it relates to any of the laws in your state.
The bully is an insecure individual who's probably been bullied or has a bad home life. Is that a bad characterization?
Well, what I'm seeing with the kids that actually you can have a good home life and with two parents who are there and still end up bullying. And so what I'm seeing with the kids that I'm seeing is that there are some kids who become bullies because they're trying to protect themselves from a bully who's at school. So they start to bully someone else, and then the cycle just continues.
Wow. How do we, Taaka? How do we stop this?
By education, through education. Teach children to stop and think before they do something. Stop and think before they hurt someone. I had a 6-year-old kid a couple weeks ago who choked out a kid at school.
You did what?
And he was saying, yes, he was trying to protect himself. And he said, hey, this started when I was in kindergarten. So when you have 6-year-olds and you have 9-year-olds and you have 13-year-olds and then they start to become adults, and then you're like, wow, not only am I treating them for past issues as it relates to what's going on in the past, but I'm also treating them for their current issues as it relates to the physical and also mental issues that they're having.
Do you think schools do enough for this?
Yes, in our area in Dallas, Texas, we actually have a lot of campaigns, and one of my campaigns is called Dead Voices Can't Be Heard. And so we see a higher incidence and correlation between bullying and suicidality. We see a higher incidence, in my office of kids who are coming in and saying, hey, my dad was putting me to sleep last night and I wanted to hang myself. Wow. And so that's why we have to educate. We get up out of our offices and we go inside of the schools and we educate. So we put the resources there inside of the schools to not only educate the parents, the child, but also the teachers.
Taaka, you are as energetic and passionate as I've heard on this area. How do people find you?
They can go to www.drtaakacash.com. That's Dr. TAAKACASH.com.
Did you ever
www.privyoasis.com.
What was
that question?
Okay, I was just going to say, did you ever play sports?
I did.
I was going to say, what
cheerleading is a sport.
Heck
cheerleading
yeah, it is.
A sport.
No, I was just thinking, if you were playing a sport, it'd be a fun name, Basketball Taaka Cash.
I know.
It'd be so fun.
That people think that that's not my name.
It's so cool. TAAKACASH. People can find you. DrTaakaCash.com. Listen, nice meeting you. I hope we can chat again sometime.
We definitely will. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. A psychiatric mental health professional, specializes in child, adolescent, and adult psychiatry, Dr. Taaka Cash.
I've recently been talking to my kids about if you see something, say something. And, even if you see somebody in the hallway who's down, smile and say hello. I mean, you need to keep connecting with people in all types of different classes and groups and things like that.
But if
it's so important.
If your posse has two people in it that bully, and you say something, you're out of the posse.
Right.
So there's that.
It is very tricky for teenagers.
It really is, and you need to. Just the things they say to each other.
I know.
So mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cruel. I mean, they can be so unbelievably cutting in some of the comments. You're fat, you're ugly, you got acne, you got pimples, you got this, you got that, you're not developed enough,
right?
You're flat
You're
chested.
not wearing the right outfit, you don't have the labels.
It's horrible.
And
listen, it is hard, and I think it's harder because of social media.
Yeah.
It's expedited everything because everybody knows everything immediately, and then there's talk about it's just that's why you don't have a smartphone till you're 18.
Okay, Stevie J.
Thank
there
you.
we are on that.
Yeah.
On ESPN 93.5.
Here we go with sports.
All right.